Today's video is about how energy is affecting us and how we can get drained by it, how this is actually really affecting us. And it's a part two video. So if you haven't seen the first part, I will link it down below. And I ask you to actually check that out previously before you come to this one. So within today's video, we step into some further parts that I have maybe not mentioned as much in the first video. And I really want to go a layer deeper, and I ask you to be open to each of these bullet points and be like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this, or oh no, not at all. Like start to feel in your body, is this me unconsciously saying yes to things that I actually don't want to? You know, part of it is also becoming aware that this energy is affecting me and is doing something around me. Meanwhile, I need to understand how to maneuver through it. It's not something you have to really protect yourself or um like doing those rituals every single day. It's about until it becomes normal for you, until you are like, okay, I might be super sensitive. I might be able to feel a lot in a collective, in someone who is right in front of me, even in myself. But you know what? Actually, I come to the part or to the point where I can mm, get this into a more soft tone where it's not affecting me as much as it used to. And that's my aim here in this video. So if you're up for that, if you're ready to do some inner work, then I'm super happy to have you. My name is Patricia. If we have never met, hello, hello. I'm super honored to have you here. And yeah, let's already start into today's video. So what I want to do first is a little recap on the video on the first place, which was basically talking about how energy is always interacting with us and how people, environments, things like trees or your job or your family members, how they can affect you energetically. Okay, it's not just uh how to say words or actions that actually make you feel a certain way. It's also the energy around you that can possibly drain you. And I feel like many people are waking up to this, that there might be some truth in it for them. I when I was 20, I never really looked into that because I just didn't feel it that much. Like it was not as much present in me, and I didn't really had the words for what I felt either. So if you're now a person who is like, wait a second, energy is affecting me, in which way? In always, okay? So you're maneuvering through this life or through every single day, and you start to interact with people, you start to be in environments and job position, you start to be in a relationship with someone, you go out in nature, every single thing is giving you either way something you feel nourished, or maybe it's rather a bit draining, maybe it's heavy. Okay, like you start to feel more when you become aware of, hey, wait a second, that's not just me, right? Like this whole idea of it's only me and I feel not good because I'm doing something wrong, which is like, no, you need to understand that you are in an environment where many things are happening at once. And this is just one aspect that comes to it too when we look at it. And I think, like, you can work on yourself as much as you want, but if you don't include this part, then you're always missing this little thing, you miss this little thing. Oh yeah, actually, hey, wait a second, the pocket you just gave me, that's not mine, energetically. It's like, hey, wait a second, I felt really good. And now I don't feel good anymore. Like, what just happened? Realizing what is going on in your field and not be like, oh, yeah, that's mine. I need to solve that problem. You know, it's being more aware, being more awakened to what is possibly going on that you can't see. Okay. Just be open, be curious, be playful with it. It's not about facts. You cannot prove the neighbor that they are really draining. You cannot prove that, but you can feel it. And maybe other people name or sense the same thing and mention something to you like, do you also feel kind of drained after meeting that person? Like, do you feel uplifted? Like, what is the thing here? You know, Becoming aware of what is around you to not always be like, oh, I'm the problem. And I'm not saying, please, you know, don't don't say like, okay, you're the it's your fault and this is why I feel that way. It's about learning what boundaries are. It's about learning when you sense something to maneuver it through your body, okay? To let your body speak and let it be released and not holding on to it. It doesn't matter that you feel that that person or your boss is actually heavy or is frustrated, but you know what really matters? You matter. You matter to not feel crappy when you had a talk. You matter. Okay, so this is spiritual hygiene 2.0. Okay, so here is I made this in a couple of parts, and I don't know how many parts do we have. One, two, three, four. So we have four parts and then we go into a practice if you're ready for that, okay? And you can use that practice daily, okay? Use it daily or use it whenever you feel like, hey, I need something is not sitting right, okay? Then you can always come back. At one point, you may even have your own kind of ritual, it doesn't need that much. It doesn't need you to have a lot of, I don't know, you don't need the crystals, you don't need the um uh all the other spiritual stuff. You don't need that, okay? What you really need is your pure intention and your heart in you being open to the possibility that I could possibly make a cleaning here and then see how you feel afterwards. Even even if it's a placebo effect, okay? Even if you're someone who is like, really, Patricia? Really? Why not? If it helps you, it already works, okay? So, here we go. Here we go. Um Now let's check where we are actually leaking energy. So imagine that you have a container around you, right? You're living in some sort of cocoon, okay? And if that cocoon has some holes, you kind of leak some energy, okay? You're giving it away kind of freely, and don't freak out. That's normal. It's not like, oh, I have to watch that I'm contained. Like, don't go crazy about this, but it's just for you to understand what it means, okay? And so let's start with this, okay? Have you ever made unconscious agreements, something like this? You were people pleasing. That's a big one, making sure that they are okay. And it's always about them. It's about their stuff. It's about what do you need? Like, I'm here, like this really helping and extremely being not present here. So you lose the connection to be fully with yourself. And this is not to point finger at you. This is not to shame you or guilt you in any sort of way. If you're doing this, that's totally fine. You can change it. It's not something where you're like, ooh, like, you know, it's okay. Like, you find out a lot of things about what you do that is maybe not the most highest in your alignment thing, and that's okay. That's cool. Like, no big thing on it. It's all about, okay, if I'm making everyone around happy, okay, and if I really think of like, okay, what is that giving me? What is this people pleasing thing giving me? If I make everyone around me happy, but I'm not really looking what I need. Now, this is not about ego stuff and being like, okay, I only care for myself and not for other people anymore. Don't go in that area. Like, this is not that at all. It's just about, if my cup is really empty, I have nothing to offer. Like, I don't feel the love, like I cannot give the love if I don't feel it for myself. I don't have it, like you don't have it. And so if you start to understand, okay, well, if I'm doing that, right? So go back in reflection mood, like, what is the outcome actually? What do I get from that? You do it because unconsciously, okay, this is probably not in your awareness, you are getting it to get something in return. Maybe you feel safer, okay, you feel safe when everyone around is okay. You can finally exhale. Start to question why you're doing certain things, not to hurt you, but to be like, oh, but actually, I never really feel safe. It's just, I think I will be, you know, that kind of thing. So explore. Same goes into guilt. Okay. Do you feel guilty of not helping your parents, or um, not being able to help your coworker, for example, because you can see your schedule is so full and tight. You have, like, really, you would overrule a lot of your own needs, of your own well-being, and you feel guilty, though. You feel guilty to not step in and support them. It's like you are again leaking some kind of energy. Okay, you're giving away certain things you don't have. It's not in your bucket. Now, does it mean like, hey, I'm not going to support anybody anymore? No, it's about knowing when can I offer something, when can I say no, you know really understanding your boundaries here. Like, ah, today is really not a good day. How about we negotiate this and be like, how about on the weekends? I have time on the weekends, but not right now, Like, find something, some terms that work for you too. Start to learn that you can negotiate. You can ask for, like, hey, I'm more than happy to help you. Uh, when I look at my schedule, actually, it doesn't fit today. You know, tomorrow I have a slot, 9 a.m. Like, I'm more than happy to help. Find more solutions that work for you too. In that sense, obviously, that was just an example. Maybe you have guilt around something else. This one, next one, is an exciting one. uh, And I think there are quite many people who try to do this, okay? It's like this, I want to be liked by the group. I want to be loved by other people. And I'm doing certain things so they like me, but that's just in my head. So I think if I'm doing all of this, I will be liked. But you see, people like you because you are. They don't. need really anything from you. You don't have to do something for them to be liked. If that is already the start of your relationship, then maybe something is not that right. Like maybe you're already overruling yourself. Okay. So are you giving out too much from yourself to be liked? To be like, oh, she's so pretty. She's so helpful. She is so loving and caring. And you love to hear that. See, you receive all of this without cutting your hands, without doing all of this. You don't have to do anything of that. That's not your job. Your job is to stand so true to yourself, to be so real and unmasked and so open hearted that you are like, you know what? If we resonate and if we are on the same, like on the same eye level, and if we value the same things, I will be liked by the people I need to have in my life. And all the others I don't need, you know? It comes also with sovereignty, right? It's like, this is me. Like, you like it or you don't, you know? It comes with with some sovereignty. And I worked actually at this one with a client of mine this week. And, you know, it takes courage to be like, I'm not gonna do this just to receive this little, like, little energy thing, like this little peak because I'm leaking so much. Like, I want to make sure that my energy, okay, the energy I'm producing stays in my container, okay? You produce your energy, your field with your life force, okay? And it's unlimited. But the thing is, if you're constantly leaking, um, if you're constantly walking on eggshells, it's leaking everywhere and there's nothing left for you. So this is your responsibility to be like, okay, I have maybe a couple of points that I need to work on. And you also need to know that every leak is an opening that can be closed. You know, there is something that you can close also. You don't have to be you don't have to hurt yourself for doing that for years. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that you didn't know any better. And you did what you could. And now you're here. Now you try to learn. So sounds pretty good to me. Okay. The next one about draining energy, and I think it's an important one, okay? Uh, if we are experiencing our field and maybe you're the first, like, you know, kind of understanding this concept that you're bigger than this body and you can feel and sense a lot, but because you're new to this or because it was never really spoken that way, it's like, ah, I feel a little bit heavy here, a little bit weird here, like, and then I don't know, is it mine or not? There is also um this idea that, you know, people bring stuff to you like a bucket and are like, oh, okay, here you go. You have an opening here. uh I give you my sadness because you try to solve it. It's like it's like you're getting drained from something because you haven't closed that door fully, okay? And to understand, is it mine or is it not mine? I have a couple of things that may help you. So, one is if you feel heavier after a conversation than before, if you're tired, okay, check your body sensations. Are you tired? Are you rather numb? Are you not feeling a lot? Do you feel a little foggy? Do you feel heavy in your chest? Do you maybe you feel certain heavy emotions? Like what is it, that is around? And then just close your eyes and be like, is this actually me? Body, please tell me, is this me? And having this understanding that when you have open doors, people can leave stuff in your field. So closing that door and being like, okay, the story that I have that is constantly going on in my mind, like something like, let me think of one. Like a thought of like, this is not enough. And it keeps running in my head, but it's really it's somewhere here. Like I used to have that a lot. And it's running here, okay? So it's not like in the body itself. So it's running here, and you can feel that the whole energy is centered here. Like you cannot feel that much in your body, like there's not much going on, but it's really centered. So stories and thinking patterns that are not really loving, like they're really heavy, or they sound like something like your dad or your mom would say, or uh, maybe a teacher from you, but they're not really it's not really your voice. It's just something that you keep hearing. It's like an echo that keeps repeating, and it's like, ah, I catch you. you know becoming aware of, let's say your cloud, you have a cloud, and in that cloud there are several sentences and things that are running through your mind, and then you're like, ha, I wonder if that is really mine. Even to already start that and to look into that is a sign it's probably not yours. See, when we go back, and this is why I love this teaching, it's about reconnecting to your own sovereignty, not to me, okay? I'm not the one who knows and has the wisdom. I'm just the one who wants you to guide yourself home into your body. Like it's not me who tells you that I know all the secrets. It's me telling you your body knows the secrets pretty well. I don't. Okay. I know only for my body. I know out of experience. I know out of teaching a lot and having my clients. But I'm not saying that this is referring and it's exactly this is your topic. So when you start to feel into your own essence, into who you are beneath all that clouds, all that masks, all that is there. I mean, you can try it right now. If you're really tuning in into your body and you're like, okay, what is truly me? Show me. What is truly me? And start to pour the intention into your heart and be like, show me, who am I? What is mine to hold and what is not mine to hold? You will know immediately whether something is yours or not. And it may need practice. It may need time to be like, I don't feel anything. Practice. Practice a little bit. Okay, if you're sensitive, if you're constantly overwhelmed, if you're constantly stressed, if you're constantly running on high stress cortisol, all of this are really from your body showing, hey, something is going over the top, and maybe it's also energy that is draining you. So um, really, yeah, play with it. Make sure to look into that. Okay, so there is one thing I already want to do with you, which is the spiritual hygiene, okay? And it's actually something that you can do previously before you go anywhere, before you go to the office, before you see someone you don't know, or a big crowd, or, you know, it's about preparing your body to have your guards a bit more up. Not in a sense of I'm not letting love in, actually, I'm letting truth in, okay? But I'm not letting in people with their buckets or me leaking energy. So, this is all about realizing that I can stand fully in my sovereignty, okay, and be around people who may not even understand what energy is, or who may not even know, um, I don't know, that you start to work in this field. You know, like, this is for someone who is really like, am I the only one feeling this? Like, in this whole crowd, is nobody else feeling tired after this? Like, after this conversation, after every single evening, I'm tired after this job, you know? Um, it's like, okay, I can stay in this environment for a bit. I'm not saying that you should not change it at one moment, but what I'm saying is you can actually adjust your body and your armor, okay, to be a little bit more in your cocoon. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna imagine that you are in a cocoon before you even go outside of your home. Okay, you can do this in bed before you go to work, before anything is starting. So pretend or imagine, have this vision that you are fully in your cocoon and you can see outside, you can see what's going on, but the cocoon is round around you and it's fully putting you in a place of safety, and it's waved in with some rose quartz, with some gold, and with the intention that there is no entry for draining you. Everything is in your highest alignment. This is your body. And you can even say, like, this is my body. It is my temple. And nothing crosses these walls unless I give my consent, or unless I give my conscious consent. I remain in my own energy and allow myself to be in my own energy and not absorbing other stuff. I'm not here to clean the stuff for other people. I'm here to clean only my own stuff, because that's what I can. And everything else around me, even if I see a lot of sadness or a lot of hopelessness, I may be able to hold them for a while, but I cannot carry them. I cannot do it for them. I cannot solve their problem. So I remain in peace in my bubble while I stay open with an open heart, and I listen to what people have to say. And I do my very best to support, but not to diminish my own field. Okay? That's what you can do every single day to wherever occasion you're going. So here's the next one. And this one might be might be new for some of you, you know. It's the collective layer. It's the I wouldn't say like it comes just from a crowd. Like, sometimes when I'm at home, so there is nobody here right now when I'm filming this, um Or no, let's make another example. So yesterday at night, I could feel all of a sudden there was some fear coming in. Like I could feel like it was super heavy and it was kind of weighing me down. And, you know, I could have just gone to sleep, but then I was like, wait a second, what is this fear all about? And then I realized that it was something brushing against my field that is actually not mine, but it's from the whole collective. It's what is going on in your country, what is going on in the people you have around, what is going on in the bigger field, okay? What is going on with the world, and you can sense that. I know actually quite a few people who feel like this is getting more and more, and I can really totally sense that too. I can sense that there is way more collective stuff that I'm picking up on, and it's not for me to solve. It's for me to feel it and then to let it go again, to let it down on the ground, to let it restore. And so I'm asking you that if you're sensing something and you're not in a crowd, you're not somewhere, you're not with other people, and you're just sitting, and all of a sudden you're getting this fear state or angry state or something, and then you may even create a story around it because it doesn't make any sense. Go back to step one and be like, who are you there? What's going on here? Like, uh that's not mine. Like I'm pretty sure it's not mine. And it's not about you need to be scared of this. It's about you understanding that sometimes things can brush on our field and just like be like a little visitor. And it's for you to know, okay, so that could happen too, uh, even if I'm alone. And really being able to take that fear and be like, okay, and I put you back on the ground. I give you back to Pachamama, and she will be able to handle it. I give you back to source. You can do a little ritual. You can do something that is um, uh, uh, honoring the fear and being like, okay, I gonna put you down. I see you. I hear you, but it's not mine to hold. It goes, by the way, the same with ancestral stuff. You know, things from your mom, your dad, like the lineage back. Like, what was their story? How did they grew up? Maybe you are not even aware of that really, because sometimes they're not alive anymore, and you never really had the chance to speak to them. But can you see maybe something that is repeatedly coming into your life and you don't know why? Like, which is the storyline? What is it? Are you leaking energy from that because you believe deep inside of you that you are not worthy for something? There is like this collective also collective energy of like womanhood, for example, where you could not really speak up as a woman because that was dangerous. If you speak up too freely, if you do certain things, you got burned by the stake. And that's still running through our veins, like believing that's gone, that's not true. Like you sense certain things in your body where you're like, oh, I think that's running through my system right now. And it's on you to be like, okay, I come aware that maybe this is not my story now. Maybe this is from past lives. Maybe this is from ancestral stuff, collective stuff. Where am I leaking the energy? Where is it going? And how can I actually close that door? How can I close the door so I'm not repeating the same things? It's also, so this whole thing, okay, this whole thing, this whole story is also an invitation for you to be like, okay, Like, I'm invited here to clean this cycle, to be like, I'm not going to repeat it. I'm going to close it. I'm allowing myself to close this pattern that has been running through the systems of my whole family for years and years and years. And I'm like, I'm actually kind of cool to close it, like, let's see if I can close it. Let me know if I need to do another video on this one. I think we are at the end of this video with one more thing. I want to do a practice with you, a practice that you can do every single day, just to be refreshed, okay? Sometimes all we need is a little restoration. It's like, I can feel there is a lot going on, right? And my field somewhat, it's leaking, but I try to close, but at the same time, I'm so tired. Like, like, how do I do this, right? So come back to this video and do the practice. So here it is. This practice will help you feel cleansed, detach you from cords, cords are just attachments that we have to certain people that were important in our life, or sometimes not even important. It's just something we need to evolve. And they're not good, they're not bad, it's just is. It's like a connection thread that keeps reminding you on certain things. And if you are wanting to have this cleared, sometimes you just have to do a little cleanse and a little practice. Nothing big. It's just really, once again, like becoming aware that you're a living being that is surrounded with so much stimuli, so much things are going on every single day, and it's hard for the human body who has not trained this to navigate. So don't feel bad if you do this daily. That's totally cool. Like, that's okay. Don't get frustrated at your body. Your body will learn where are your boundaries, what is it that I truly need, and move on. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can still do that. Just apply via email. It's very easy, very simple. And yeah, with this said, let's start to do the practice, okay? So what you do is you sit down and you close your eyes. You start to notice how your awareness is from the outside coming back into the inside. So you ask all your awareness, all your thoughts, emotions, and feelings that you left anywhere from other people, you ask them to come home, okay? Cleansed, cleared, and purified through time, space, and dimensions. You ask it to be whole, to be clear, to be loving. And while it's dripping back in, and you can sense it on your skin, like how everything you've left somewhere is returning home. It's returning to your body. You can feel like how things that are not you are actually pushed to the edge, almost like it gets so tight inside of you because it's filled, or it is filled with your purity, your essence, your beingness, that there is no space for anything else than yourself. Okay, this doesn't mean that you cannot feel other people. This means that your body and your energy is yours. Your temple is yours. It's not for any occupation for other people. It is fully yours, and it's you to stand in sovereignty within this temple. Okay? So allow this to get bigger, allow your heart to drop, allow your body to open. You can even help your chest to move in the back, really help your body to open up your heart and fill your whole body with this purity, with this connection to the divine, to source, to your soul, right? It's allowing the flow in, allowing it into your body so you can sense it until you are done with sensing yourself in this moment. And while you can feel that you pushed everything outside of you, or like on the edge of your being, I want to ask you like to invite maybe an element. Maybe it's air, maybe it's fire, maybe it's metal, maybe it's water. Um, or it's earth, whatever it is that helps you to get this cleansed. What I personally love the most is either way fire or water, but you feel in for you. So what water will do, it will just take out the full debris um, of the holes. Okay, imagine that you have like little holes in your field, and this water is just gonna um, flow through every single hole and make it go away and being restored again, so you feel whole, you feel complete, you feel like all the hooks, all the cords to people that you once had, are untucked, are not with you anymore. You can even see like how you may actually take your hand and take a cord out of your heart or out of your solar plexus, take the cord out and be like, okay, now let's have the water to soften and to really clean that place and start to feel how your element, whatever you choose, maybe you chose fire, right? And the fire who burns it all, or maybe you took earth who is holding it, um, who holds you um, uh, in this whole cleansing, who is doing the transition a bit differently, who is holding you in the moment and transforming the energy. Um, yeah, you could even go to metal, which is similar actually to what I just said, which is really interesting. If I feel into metal and you do you. If I feel into metal, uh, it's really similar to the world right now, which is weird. Um, so usually the earth is like this holding, and metal stands for transitioning, like transforming it into something new, which in this case I would probably not recommend, but maybe it feels right for you. So feel into your heart. What do you need? Um, so it helps to transition things. So maybe you're in conversation with that person a lot of times, and like you cannot just walk away or whatever. And then maybe something like this, like putting it into a transition phase, would be really supportive for you, right? Um, maybe when we go back to earth, maybe it's just the holding of the mother, like the soon that this holding is happening, you can sense how it dissolves. It's from your field, right? Sometimes it's hard to bring in words when things are happening simultaneously. So feel into what is happening for you in this moment. And again, I mean, I'm doing this while I'm talking to you. You don't have to be in this strict meditation and like, okay, I cannot move while I'm doing this. You can totally move around. You can go and take a walk. You can do it at the bus station. Like, that's cool. You don't even need to close your eyes. Maybe you start to be more visual and then it's easier for you. Maybe it's just the senses, okay? Maybe we sense something. So imagine this whole thing comes to a completion and you start to feel even more full of your essence. Um, let's call in some joy, some happiness, and let's ask this from above and below to increase our joy, our love to life, our way of living, how exciting life can be. Start to feel the love in this. Start to feel that you're not the only one who is holding you here. It's so much of your team that is helping your spirit team, your guides. Maybe it's angels. I don't know. Whatever you go for, right? Um, place yourself into this cocoon where you can feel joy and love and feel nourished, welcomed, and held, ready to do your next step, ready to fulfill something that is making you happy, that is making you smile. And when you're done here, you may even want to anchor this emotion or this, what you're just feeling, this whole body sensation, and place it into your roots. Place it into this is my new being. And sense how everything goes from your head all the way down into your roots and be like, okay, roots, this will be my new foundation. This will be the new practice here. And then just breathe again and let it sink in more and more and more until you're done, until it feels complete. Then you're complete. Okay, we are at the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how this practice has made you feel. And maybe you have questions, maybe you have things that were not clear. Please mention them in the video below. I'm more than happy to answer, and I'm always in the comment section looking if something is open. Obviously you can always drop me an email too, but I prefer if you do it via the comment section, just because it helps other people too. Your questions help other people too, to be like, oh yeah, that was a question I had. So that would be helpful. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoyed, please subscribe. Nothing to lose. You can always leave again if it doesn't suit anymore, if it doesn't resonate. And with that said, thanks so much and see you another time.